Hey guys, what's up? It's Wes Okerson here again with Lindsay.
Lindsay.
You guys are starting to know us by now. It was funny because I was thinking about something the other day, and with all of like the social media and Facebook, YouTube, everything, just how everyone's business is out there now for the most part.
Right.
So if you're in like high school or grade school or college, or you're getting out of college, like, you know, you're just really involved in so many people's lives so personally now. And in fitness, I feel like for women and for men growing up, the hardest thing is to try to achieve this image. You know, for women, young women and young men, it's the idea of, you know, traditionally young women want to be thin,
skinny,
and skinny, and guys want to put on muscle, right? And it's like, you know, from your perspective growing up and the stuff that you saw or how you felt, it's tough, right? And it's not an easy thing, and I feel like now it's more on blast than it's ever been before.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't grow up with Instagram. I think MySpace came out when I was in maybe middle school or high school, and that didn't really seem to have, you know, the in-your-face, you know, bodies that were not achievable kind of things. It was more the tabloids, magazines. I remember so many celebrities when I was in middle school were anorexic, and in my head I thought that looked good, you know. And I think at that age, for some reason, just like being thin is just what you want to be like.
Right.
So when you're 13 and you're seeing the supermodels at Victoria's Secret and the celebrities that you watch in your TV shows, that they're way underweight, and you think that's what you should look like, that's really confusing, you know. And you're dealing with hormones, you're dealing with mean girls at school, and all the pressure that's why I think a lot of people end up binge eating, they end up with eating disorders, they end up with over-exercising disorders. You have this skewed image of what you should look like.
Right. I mean, did you feel pressure?
Yeah, definitely.
Just because you want to...
And it was totally... It almost had the opposite effect on me. It was almost like, well, then I would like not eat for a day, and then I would eat all this bad food, and you know, that's the cycle.
Right.
Right?
It's like a shaming cycle.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, then you feel bad about yourself, and then you over-exercise, and then you overeat again, and then you undereat. So it's just a bad cycle instead of... But there's nobody out there telling you, you know, eat healthy, but you can eat some chocolate, you know, work out, and take care of your body. I think that should be more the message, and it's really so confusing at that age. It's almost like you wish there was a class in school that taught kids to do things that would benefit their life.
Right.
You know, imagine me reading a magazine at 13 and it says, you know, eat 900 calories a day, do this workout, and you're going to lose 10 pounds in a month. Yeah.
Same thing with guys. I mean, for guys, it's like, you open up, there's 500 fitness magazines, and everyone on the cover is 8-pack.
Ripped. Yeah.
You know, and hey, here, do these 10 exercises and you can get a 6-pack. It's just total baloney, because it almost has nothing to do with what you're doing with your workout. I mean, that's not 100% true, but most of it has to do with what you're eating.
Right.
And how you're eating. So you got kids starving themselves using, you know, anabolic steroids and things. I mean, I know personally. I know
girls take Adderall because I think that like gets rid of their appetite.
Yeah.
So
when I was young, I was foolish and I wanted to gain muscle, and I was a really skinny kid, and you know, it makes an impression on you when you're an adolescent, 12 to 15 to 16, and you go into high school and all the pressure's on you, and it was on pressure on me then, and I can't imagine.
You're vulnerable.
Yeah, kids
so you'll
now
do anything.
Swipe up on their phone, and all they see is someone's best picture with the best lighting.
Yeah, that's been stretched. I love those. I'm like,
yeah, right.
They're so tall.
Yeah.
They're so thin.
Yeah.
Because they like elongated the photo.
Yeah.
People don't look like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what really messes up with your brain.
Right. I mean, the way like fitness, all this ties into all this is because people will use fitness as almost a crutch for these dangerous habits that people can develop.
Right, like they're marketing some sort of fitness program, and then they're posting pictures not really of what they look like, but of photoshopped different body parts, makeup on the abs. It's not really what someone looks like. It's not, those aren't attainable bodies. not attainable, but
yeah, it's not 100%. I mean, a lot of people do work out really hard and do the right thing, and that's what they really look like. I'm not knocking people who put the work in, but a lot of that too is predicated on how someone's genetics are. So you don't quite know that part of it, and that's a whole other topic. But I think generally speaking, people need to develop a good foundation of feeling good about themselves first, and then they develop a good relationship with fitness, and that's where the healthy comes in. It's when it gets difficult when young women and young men develop an unhealthy relationship of trying to look like something that doesn't quite exist.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's tough, but that's part of life. It's just kind of learning and trying to put good quality information out there. So where can people get solid fitness information? Where would be a good place? What do you think?
I think one of the issues is there's too many places to get information, and there's too many different answers, and it gets really confusing. I think if we simplify for the basic goal of living a healthy lifestyle, people should know: eat fruits and vegetables, eat nuts, eat lean grass-fed protein if you're not a vegan, if you eat protein, exercise, move your body, do what feels right, watch your portions. So I would say just make it really simple. Now, depending on your goals, then you have to start modifying that. Right. If you're trying to get really lean, you might have to drop your calories down a little bit. You might have to increase the intensity of your exercise. Mm-hmm. But that's not really what I'm going to focus on with my answer. It's going to be focus on the basics. You know that what is grown on the earth is good for you to eat. You know that eating things that aren't made in a factory, just eat real food. You know that breaking a sweat, building some muscle is all healthy for you. Right. Maybe doing some meditation and yoga, some deep breathing, slowing it down. That's part of a healthy lifestyle, and I think that's really what I want to promote out there. But what about you if we're talking about more specific goals? Where would you think someone should look for information, since there are just so many places that have information? It gets a little confusing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to just start moving and doing something, I would first look at, what are you interested in? Are you someone that likes to run? Do you hate to run? Do you like riding bikes? Figure out what you like, start writing on your likes, and then start going after those. If I'm someone that likes to ride bikes, maybe I take a spin class. If I'm interested in lifting weights, I would investigate and look at, there are great certifications you can get over a few weekends. Yeah,
and maybe it's a personal training certification and you're not even doing it to become a personal trainer, just to gain knowledge.
And that's the thing, you'll be able to sort out some solid information that you can take, instead of quickly going to a Google search to build muscle and finding 6,000 people who have a voice in this who don't have much of a background or a degree. I mean, look, if you're in school, there are plenty of courses in high school and college. I mean, I was a kinesiology major at University of Maryland, and you just look at the curriculum. Tons of great classes. Take an exercise physiology class. Learn the basics. Learn the basics of how the muscles work. Learn the basic anatomy of the body first, and then I feel like you have the ability to get this great base in, right? Take an exercise class. Go in your
meet with a certified personal trainer, and even if you don't have a lot of money to stay consistent with it, tell them, hey, I've got money for 5 sessions. I need you to teach me how to do basic exercises, how to engage proper muscles and stay injury free, and then you carry ask questions.
Ask questions, and I think that where you get your information, ask if someone has had either a degree in exercise physiology, kinesiology,
certifications,
exercise science,
very important,
NASM. There's a lot of, if they've certified in CrossFit, there's a lot of great places.
That's the other issue with Instagram. So we're all looking at these people that look amazing, and that's what they're selling. They're selling this body, but they don't have, not all of them. There are some great fitness trainers that are in killer shape as well, but a lot of people out there are just selling their body and they don't have any certification. So if you're really looking to gain knowledge and not get injured, because it is easy to get injured if you're not doing moves correctly, be careful of where you're getting your information from. Do your own research.
True that.
Awesome. Okay, well guys, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll be back to chat some more. It's always fun.
Bye guys.
Adios.